Did you know you can get quality lighting and a sound system in one device? This factory produces 50,000 of smart lamps per month with a quality illumination and awesome sound. How they are manufactured and how can you get your own custom designed lamps? Let's shed some light on that. Hi everyone, this is Tatiana from VTrust and welcome to Factory Asia. We audit and showcase the best small and medium factories in Asia, and today we are visiting Guangdong Lesso Lighting. This is a factory that produces LED lights in Shunde, South China, a motherland of Bruce Lee. Lesso produces different kinds of lights such as industrial, outdoor, residential and commercial lighting. Let's see the factory and hopefully you will find the visit illuminating. Lesso Group headquarters is located in Shunde City, which is only 40 kilometers away from Guangzhou. Shunde is the home appliances capital of China, and it ranks first among the top 100 districts in China in economic development. Main trading partners of Shunde are the US and European Union, with its total import-export trade value reaching $31 billion in 2020. Lesso Group is a public company in Hong Kong with more than 30 years of experience in operation different fields such as machinery, industrial, pipe manufacturing and lighting. Lesso Lighting is one of the branches of the Lesso Group. China Lesso Group has over 20 manufacturing bases in China with more than 20,000 employees around the world and global revenue of 26.3 billion renminbi in 2019. As one of the branches, Guangdong Lesso Lighting focuses on manufacturing and export of LED ceiling lights for more than 6 years and cooperates mainly with customers from European countries. We visited the sample room at Lesso Lighting, where I saw hundreds of lights with different designs and functions. Lesso produces standard ceiling lights as well as smart ceiling lamps, for which you can adjust the color of light according to any RGB color you prefer, select a suitable color temperature and dim the lights based on your preferences. The joint lights with a speaker also can follow the music and beat together with a tempo. They can be controlled through the app or the remote. Lesso Lighting Factory designs, produces and tests items internally. They have obtained ISO 9001 certificate and their products comply with ROX and CE. How their smart lights produce here from the scratch? We'll take you around their internal departments to see the production and testing of smart lights. The product idea is born here at the R&D Department, where engineers design the product's appearance and PCBAs according to the customer's requirements. Both ODM and OEM orders are welcome here, and the product function can be expanded or reduced to meet the customer's desired price points. Since the factory creates drivers in-house, it's very flexible in the function design. Once the specifications are settled, the engineers will create 3D drawings and prototypes for the further confirmation and testing. Before putting the goods into mass production, they'll be tested for reliability in the aging station and for the resistance to inclement weather in high-low temperature and humidity chambers. When the products pass the tests and customers' validation, the prototypes will be put in the mass production. So let's visit the workshop to see in detail how the production happens. The factory manufactures all crucial components of the lights, such as PCBAs and LED chips, by themselves. So in order to produce them in a proper environment, Lesso Lighting set up a dust-free SMT workshop and executes strict implementation of clean production and quality control. That's why before we enter the SMT workshop, we have to go through an air shower to remove any dust and static electricity. In any lighting product, drivers do all the heavy lifting. That's why here at Lesso, one part of the manufacturing is devoted to drivers. First, the driver circuit boards are created here by the SMT machines in the clean room, where the certain temperature and humidity are maintained to prevent any dust coming into the products. I have here with me Mr. Bai, who is an engineer. Mr. Bai, can you please tell us the procedure of the SMT machine?
Here at Lesso, we have two SMT lines, which are producing PCBs for the standard drivers and drivers that support Bluetooth function. Firstly, we collect the PCB information and production drawings and set proper procedures in the computer over here. All the printed boards will be placed in the holder of the SMT machine, and the production begins. The automatic line pastes the solder on the PCB first, and then transfers it for welding of small components, such as IC chips, resistors, hard drives, and 110 other components according to our procedure. Then the ready PCBAs, PCB assembly, will be checked by the inline QC inspector here. Once they pass the inline check, the qualified PCBA will be welded by a fully automatic reflow soldering line at the end of the SMT machine. After another QC check, the PCBAs are cleaned and packed and ready to be moved to another workshop.
During our visit, I've noticed that the factory uses Yamaha equipment for their SMT procedure. So, Mr. Bai, can you please tell us what are the advantages of the Yamaha equipment?
This Yamaha SMT machine was imported from Japan. It works with very high efficiency and provides stable quality. The correct placement identification rate is 99.997%. The daily output of the machine is 1,300 PCBAs.
Wow, so I see it's very precise. Thank you, Mr. Bai. So here we can see that the factory uses the Yamaha equipment that guarantees the stability and precision and high quality of their drivers. After PCBAs are coming out from the SMT machine, they're coming here to another production line where the big components such as resistors, capacitors, transformers, fuses, and others are resoldered by hand. And behind me you can see the automatic wave soldering machine that reflows with the solder the components. Once PCBAs are soldered, they are moved here to the main assembly workshop where around 40 workers putting together the key components such as metal discs, LED chips, grounding wires, and speakers. Following it, the PCB is installed to maintain function and allow user to control product by Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, or with their remote. 2 production lines at Lesso have monthly output of around 50,000 pieces. When LED panels are fully assembled, they are moved through the aging test for 2 hours to make sure that the function is stable and light distribution is even. At the same time, the factory will perform the high and low voltage test to make sure that the product is endurable in the unexpected power situations. And Mr. Huang will explain us how the test is working. Mr. Huang, can you please tell us how the test is made?
Hi, in our aging test department, 100% of products will undergo the aging test. During the aging test, we will use 6 different modes with 20 minutes devoted to each, with high voltage, low voltage, and normal voltage running, high voltage switching on and off, low voltage switching, and normal voltage switching. When in the low voltage mode, 170 volts is applied and the product will be tested in running and switching on and off mode. In high voltage mode, 260 volts is applied and testing done the same way. In normal voltage, 220 volts. Each method of testing will be performed for 20 minutes with a total testing time of 2 hours. This test is used to check the heat balance and normal balance of the lamp. During the aging test, all the lamps with possible risks will be found and removed.
Thank you, Mr. Huang, for the detailed explanation. After the aging test, all products will go to the final assembly. Here the workers will perform the final QC check to test the product safety and other functions for all products in the order. The safety tests include the ground resistance, voltage resistance, and current leakage tests to eliminate any safety risks for end customers. Following that, the product's additional functions such as Bluetooth control and sound system, RGB color change, color temperature setup, and light dimming checks will be performed. After the lamps pass this test as well as appearance check, the products will be completely assembled and packed at the packing line. As OQC, factory's quality manager will pick up some samples from every batch and every item based on AQL and bring them here to the lab to test the main parameters of lights, such as lumens, lumen efficiency, color temperature, color rendering, and EMC. The factory's engineer, Ms. Aping, will help to demonstrate how the tests are made.
As the production of each order is finished, we will do an outgoing QC inspection in the test room. To test the main spectral parameters of the lights, we will use an integrating sphere. Inside the sphere is covered with white diffuse reflective material, so the light from the light source will reflect on the white walls and sensors will catch the main data, such as optical power, luminous flux, radiation flux, and others. Besides that, we have our own EMC test room. We will check if the electromagnetic interference produced by the LED lamp during the normal operation is within limits, and if the LED appliance has a certain degree of immunity to the electromagnetic interference existing in the environment. Only the lamps that pass these tests are qualified to send to customers.
After touring the factory, we would like to have a quick chat with the factory sales manager, Angela Lee. Angela, thank you so much for having us here.
Thank you for coming, Tanya.
I know that Lesso is a very big brand in China and almost every Chinese knows it. So what are your main advantages at the foreign market?
Lesso is a public company in Hong Kong, and Lesso Lighting is just one part of our group. And we have our automatic assembly line and advanced testing machine. In addition, we have our engineer team. For the engineer team, all of them are more than 10 years experience. And we also can offer the OEM and ODM service. For example, for these products, we sell to the Europe market. The customer offer their idea to us so we can make the sample and make the 3D drawing to them for the first check. And after this, we will make the sample, and when finished and the testing, we will send the final sample to the customer for the confirmation.
I see that your team is very knowledgeable and experienced. Let's talk about the main question of all customers, your prices. How do you keep your prices affordable?
Oh yeah, it's a good question. I think all of the customer will focus on the quality and the price. It's very important question. As you know, we have on our driver line and the SMT line. For these two lines, we can make the driver by ourselves and make the PCB board and design the PCB and by ourselves. And first, we can control the quality better, and important thing, we can save the cost because all material by ourselves and all design by ourselves. And in addition, we own our building, so we will not pay the charge of the land. And the second hand, we have a good relationship of our suppliers, so the material price is stable. And also we can reduce and increase the function of the product, so we can depend on the customer requirement, and this is an important thing to reduce the cost.
I think this is where your factory really shines, because owning your own SMT machine and the driver line is very important, and not so often you can see it at other lighting factories. So what is your main plan for the next 5 years?
For the next 5 years, now our main market is for Europe. In the future, we will open the new market for the North American. Now we are making the sample and we are ready to apply for the UL certification. This is one hand, and in other hand, now we have more than 400 models here, and our engineer team is develop the goods and the design. Also, we will open more than 200 models per year, which can help the customer to develop their market.
This is very ambitious goals, and I wish you good luck and good business. Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you.
Lesso Lighting is full of bright opportunities since they develop their own drivers and LED chipboards and use high-precision SMT machine imported from Japan that guarantees stable quality. At the same time, their in-house production of crucial components helps to decrease the product cost, and owning production building decreases the management fee, which allows to bring a competitive price to the customer. Moreover, at Lesso, whole production is strictly controlled with aging test and high-low voltage test, full function check and comprehensive test in integrating FEAR and EMC room. After auditing this factory's outstanding performance, we're giving them 4 stars out of 5. Thanks for joining our factory tour today. We're excited about exploring the manufacturing world with you. Which factory will be next? Click the like button below and subscribe, and we'll take you with us next time.